Ladies and gentlemen, the final game of week number 3, UCO North Dakota State. We've had a little bit of turnover with the North Dakota State squad. Ender has stepped down as head coach due to some IRL responsibilities and things that came up out of his control. The man, the myth, the legend, Coach Kernsey will be taking over as head coach of North Dakota State with Coach Capybara, his, I believe it's offensive coordinator, but we will and actually, Ender is in the chat with them. Fiction is OC, Cappy is DC, and we will go live to them now.
Let's see what your plan is.
Yeah, no worries.
What's up, Gage?
What's going on, boys?
What's up?
Not to interrupt your pregame shenanigans going on here, but Coach Kernsey, welcome to the RFL, my guy.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Real quick, can you press back on your controller so UCO can pick their uniforms? Just press B one time. There you go. All right, so you've got Coach Cappy, defensive coordinator, joining you. Coach Fiction, the offensive coordinator. We know Ender had to step down. Looks like he's still hanging out in the call. But how's the transition been to taking over as head coach and getting to know your coaching staff?
It's been a short week to do that, so it's been kind of tough, but we're going to work through it, and it's going to be good stuff.
This one's for Coach Cappy or Coach Fiction, either one of you. What's the transition been like? You know, you're going from Coach Ender to Coach Kernsey. Has it been just a complete scheme change, or we're still kind of keeping things as is? Can we expect to see an even improved NDSU today, or are we still going to get kind of the same team we saw last week in App State lost a heartbreaker?
We're expansion team, first time coaching staff with all of us, and open discussion with Coach Kernsey coming along the way, with Ender wanting to go ahead and taking that AD role and promoting Coach Kernsey, and we were all for it since he is known as the godfather of the coach mode, so figured it was the best decision for us as a coaching staff and us as a team. So I think what you're going to see today is we maybe a little bit more of identity for what we want to do. I think all this week it was a large part of a lot of more practice, a lot more preparation to make sure we know what we need to do. And with Coach Kernsey alongside with us, giving us the knowledge that he knows and sharing that wisdom with us, I think it's putting us in a little bit better of a spot. So I think today you might see a good matchup, despite that, we are facing Central Oklahoma, the number 1 rated team. So I think we're going to give a good fight today.
Got you. Well, best of luck to you guys. I hope it is a close game. We saw a pretty close game before this one between App State and Miami, Ohio. So a second half barn burner. Hopefully we'll get the same thing here today. Best of luck, and I will talk to you guys at halftime.
Absolutely. Roll Herd.
All right. Coach Gerald, looks like Coach Watt's joining me.
Perfect time.
The exact same time that I am. Looks like you're playing without your DC, Coach Hunter. I'm sure he's tied up with some actual coaching responsibilities, chances are. But you're going up against the number 9 team in the nation. What's the vibes like? You've absolutely killed your opponents the first 2 weeks. That is why you have that number 1 ranking. You are basically outscoring them by 25 points per game. So how are you feeling?
I mean, like I said in the interview earlier this week, we're taking every team like it's the same, whether they're number 2, number 9. It doesn't matter to us. We're taking the same level of respect. We had some dominant victories, but NDSU made some coaching changes that I think will boost the program in the future. So I can't take them lightly after that.
Coach Watt, you are a late arrival. I think your plane got delayed somehow. I think you were out on the recruiting trail maybe. But you're here, and that's all that matters. How's the offense feeling going into tonight?
They're feeling good from what I've heard. I had to get a quick update. Obviously came in late, so they were here before I was. Looks like they got warmed up, and they're ready to win another game.
Gotcha. We have a question coming in from the crowd. It looks like Coach Trigger wants to know who's on the beanbag. I don't know, Gerald. I don't see a beanbag behind you anywhere. I'm not exactly sure what Trigger's referring to. But
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
I'm just trying to be a man of the people here. So
Yeah,
Trigger
that's fair.
question
That's
was
fair.
asked, but not sure exactly what you're referring to. I honestly don't see a beanbag on anybody's camera. So
Yeah, I don't know.
but
Couldn't tell you.
regardless, I think we are ready to get things underway here. So best of luck to you guys, and
Thank
we
you.
will see you guys at halftime.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it.
All right, looks like we are ready to roll here. I think I had asked this last week wherever UCO is out in Oklahoma. Not too familiar with it. Oh, somebody's chair is very big by the way. I got you. Okay. I'm with you now. Trigger, you can hop in with me, buddy, if you want to.
I'm here.
Oh, what's up, my guy? How's it going?
Pretty well.
All right, you need me to screen share with you?
I was just watching my DMs, waiting for your spawn. As soon as you did, I was jumping in.
Yeah. Not that one. Oh, so how about that first game, man? Or did you?
What a game.
Looks like
Yeah, I
somebody
got most
just
of it.
Connected to my computer.
It was me.
Okay, got you. And no need to screen
Yep.
share. Cool, we're good to go.
Yes, sir. First game was an awesome game. Really good game back and forth. First half was obviously tight and offensive struggle. Opened up in the second half. Nap State's defense makes another clutch play to get a win. So it's a great watch.
Yeah, a 3-0 game. Saw App State score 17 unanswered, and then followed by a late touchdown with Miami, Ohio showing a sign of life with about a minute and a half to play. Unfortunately, came up just short, but now we have NDSU and the debut of the godfather of Coach Mode, the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Kearnsey. I really hope he lives up to the hype here tonight.
I do too. It'd be interesting to watch. We saw on Tuesday a new coach taking over because of other circumstances, come in, get a win, an upset win with UCA, getting a win over UIU. So anything can happen. You never know with new coaches. So it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, that UCA game on Tuesday was not very what I expected, to say the least. But here we are, and looks like NDSU is going to get the ball to start.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of offense they run here. NDSU struggled to put up points so far this season. I'm interested to see if they get it more open, get more of a flow going, and help their defense out a little bit.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a mix. Kearnsey was on my computer for about 4 or 5 hours last night, messing with his playbook, testing stuff in game. So I'm curious to see what we get out of NDSU as well. First play of the game, we're going to have a 1-yard game with Greg Cooper on the ground. Tried to fit it up in the middle, but nothing was really there.
Yeah, good stuff there by UCO's defense. Looks like they were ready for that one. Kearnsey may be trying to get a little ground game going here, which can really open up, obviously, his passing game and going forward with some play-action passes, which can be pretty strong in this league.
Yeah, it looks like, just look at their playbook, they have 3 trio formations, a trio unbalanced, something that we have not seen too much. We see a lot of tight slots, a lot of standard spread flex, normal spread, things of that nature. But so it looks like NDSU is going to run some unseen stuff in the league to this point, as Greg Cooper is going to keep it up the middle. They fumble?
Did.
And UCO with a huge turnover to start the game, and that could be just what the Broncos needed.
Yeah, not a good start for NDSU. It was like a late fumble call there. I don't know if he was on top of somebody. That was very late, it seemed like.
I'm curious to
so
see if
huge
we get
turnover.
I'm curious to see if we get an automatic booth review here.
Yeah, you might hear NDSU's having trouble on defense here, getting a play call in. They got one in, though. No automatic review. I'm NDSU. I may challenge it. That's a terrible way to start the game here.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, he may have just been laying on top of somebody. Ultimately,
Yeah.
the ball got punched out, and here we got Jordan Tompkins, 4-yard rush up the middle.
Yeah, and we know what UCO is going to do. One of the best offenses in the league, if not the best offense in the league, especially over 2 seasons combined. After last season going into the season, so we look for them to really be explosive and test Kearnsey and his defensive knowledge in his first game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who is who's in the play calling role for NDSU. Is it Kernsey? Is it Cappy and Fiction? I don't know what the situation was with Ender at the helm. I don't know who was the play caller there, but at least for UCO, we know Watt is the play caller. As Devin Selesker is going to pick up 9 yards on the ground, and then first down for UCO now inside the red zone.
Yeah, it'll also be interesting if it is Cappy and Fiction getting plays in. And you can see now they're already 8 seconds, clock kind of running down. Maybe this is design. This maybe how they hold their defense, but they're running low on times. This is twice now already. So I wonder if that's just how they run their defense, or if that's just a miscommunication on the controller.
Could be just getting the swing of things, getting the feel for each other, how they want to do things. Off 1st and 10, 2x2 look for UCO. Both teams making some adjustments. Wouldn't be surprised to see a run here. It is QB power, but North Dakota State snuffed it out, and Fred Weasley's going to drop for a -2 yard gain.
Nice play there for NDSU. First 4 or 5 plays have not gone their way, so that was a good play there by them. Get some momentum going, maybe settle in a little bit, get some confidence. I'm sure there's a little nerves, a little bit of antiness on the side of Kernsey and NDSU staff. So seeing a positive play for them probably just help them out a little bit.
Yeah,
First 5 plays has got a fumble and then a bunch of big gains. So I'm sure a good play for them is going to settle them in a little bit.
Yeah, holding them to a field goal would be a huge thing. I think they took the over at about the 40, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even closer to that. So holding to a field goal would be a huge win for that NDSU defense. We got 2 back set here for UCO. 4:38 to play. Weasley back to pass on over the middle. Ball's incomplete. Kind of lofted there. Not a lot of touch on it. Now 3rd and 12 situation for the Broncos.
Yeah, good spot here for the NDSU. This would be a huge stop. You can just hold them to a field goal here. Get some momentum back. Settle in. Settle in. So this is a big play here, I think, in the game in general. As early as it is.
Like we said,
I see again, they're super low.
Yeah, even biggest thing for NDSU, just hold them to a field goal here. You may give up points. It may feel like a loss, but ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. 3rd and 12. Going to trips to the
Also running back on an angle here.
Yep. We're going to come in short motion. Weasley back to pass, rolling to his right,
there he is.
Short, and Selesker's going to gain 1 yard. Lose 1 yard. Now 4th and 13. UCO is going to have to settle for a field goal.
And it looks like they are going to take it. So I think you're right. I think that's a win for NDSU. Fumbling your second play on offense, getting the ball to the 40-yard line to the best offense in the league. Hold to 3, maybe. Oh, we missed it.
He missed it. He doinked it.
Oh man, big win for NDSU then. Yeah, that's huge. I think.
And we saw App State miss a field goal in similar fashion. They were on the right hash, just pushed it wide left in the first game on their, I think, second drive of the game.
Yeah, I saw that.
So UCA is ultimately started the same way here. UCO. There's too many UCs in here.
There are a lot of UCs. But yeah, so NDSU, that fumble, no harm, no foul. It was not great, but they made up for it.
Going to hand off to Greg Cooper at the middle. He's going to pick up 3 yards. We saw a whole lot of 3-yard and clouded us football last game.
Yeah, NDSU going right back to the running back. He made the mistake, made the fumble, going right back to him, showing some trust. Let's see if they open up. I have scrimmed with Kernsey on my team a little bit since he joined the league. He said he likes offset halfbacks in shotgun. He doesn't like anything where their quarterback and the running back are lined up together. So watch for that formations and a bunch of offset running back.
Yeah, we got tight end now as a wing back, blocking back, whatever you prefer, going in motion to the left side. And we're going to hand off to Cooper again up the middle. He's going to get 5 on the ground now, 3rd and 2. So very manageable situation for North Dakota State.
Yeah, first down here would be a big step in the right direction. I know it's early, but after that fumble, you got to stop. First down here and keep moving this ball would be a big step for them in the right direction. I think it really boosts confidence in both the coaching staff and the players.
Yeah, and I think they need
to see
to
how he does here.
Take an approach of kind of how how App State played last game, where don't necessarily live for the big plays. Just a first down here and there will do wonders. You've got a huge stop on your first defensive possession of the game. Now just come back and get a first down. You know, a first down on 3rd and 2 is very promising. We're going to get a QB.
Oh, what a cut.
Great cut
Got
there
it.
by Mark Shelton. And that was
Shelton making plays. I thought they had him for a loss there.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Just ultimately a QB power, and he bounced it outside, made a great cut, shook the corner, and a first down for NDSU.
Great play. Like I said, now they move the ball, burn more of this clock, take the ball out of Fred Weasley's hands. Obviously, Fred Weasley, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best, so he can't do anything from the sidelines. Big play there.
Absolutely. Back to 11 personnel now. We're going to hand off to Cooper up the middle. He's going to pick up 6 yards on the ground.
Running game getting going a little bit. He's got 4 yards of carry right now.
Yeah, averaging. I was just about to say 4 yards per carry, 5 rushes for 20 yards is a great way. That's where you want to be. You know, we were going back and forth with Vasi before or in the first game about Spearback's kind of amount of carries to his yards, and if my running back is averaging 4.5 yards per carry, you'll never hear me complain a day in my life.
I mean, that's a first down, right? 4 yards of carry. I mean, 3 plays, that's 12 yards. That's a first down. 4 yards is perfect. Yep. I think we're seeing a concerted effort here by NDSU and Coach Currency to run this clock low. They're running the play clock down to basically 5 or less every play. So I think that's a concerted effort on their part. I think it's smart. Keep the ball out of Weasley's hands. Keep Weasley out the field. Keep Wad out of the play calling situation. So I think it's a smart move by them. They're well overmatched here, as we all know. So keeping the ball out of their hands is the smartest thing they could do.
Yeah, it's like I said a second ago. The biggest thing is just try to pick up first down. Just keep the chains moving.
Exactly.
Don't have to pick up 40-yard gains or 25-yard gains. Just 3 yards in the cloud of dust is easy way to win a game here. We got
They're definitely running the clock out. Feels like.
And it's called. I don't know how. I don't know. I didn't even. All I saw was blue right there, and it may have been a mixture
traffic,
of
yeah. I don't.
may have been a mixture of that midfield logo as well. But there was a whole lot of blue there. But NDSU's wide receiver made a great catch, and I think about maybe a 10-yard gain there and a first down.
Yeah, great play. What a throw in traffic. It feels like there was about 7 guys from each team there. So you got 3. Yeah, there was 5 guys in blue and 3 guys in white. That was crazy. It was a very clogged part of the field.
Cooper got the handoff, kind of hesitated at the line of scrimmage. You're looking for a running lane. Nothing was there. Able to pick up 2 yards, though. And now 2nd and long coming up for UCO. Sorry, for NDSU.
I feel like North Dakota State's really setting up for some play action in the field here. They're really trying to. And I know they're running the ball. They're running the ball pretty well, like we just said, about 4 yards of carry. But I feel like they're really setting up because no one knows what Currency wants to do. So maybe they get Gerald and UCO like kind of like, hey, they're gonna run the ball more and more, and then all of a sudden you just hit them over the top.
I think
I feel like they're really setting them up.
So who has NDSU been using as their starting quarterback? I've seen number 14 in a couple times. Number 15 is in now. Maybe they just run a 2 QB set.
It may be. Maybe that's why he was on the computer so long. It wasn't just plays. It was also some formation subs. He did. Maybe it wasn't formation, so he actually put his backup quarterback in there via the formation selector. So yeah, maybe he's comfortable with 2 quarterback system. And honestly, quarter 1 ends. I think that's a win for NDSU in that quarter. Giving no points. They have the ball. They're moving the ball. Venturing the third. That's right. Venturing the third was the quarterback.
Yeah, he was their starting quarterback the first couple of weeks. But going back to what you were saying earlier, Trigger, is if you look back to, I know we're kind of the outlier where I'll have the only pocket passer in the league, but Coastal, we've had a couple big play touchdowns this season on play action passes where the run game may not have been there, but it's working enough to set us up for it to throw deep as Cooper's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and dropped. So now a huge 4th down situation coming up for NDSU, but I do expect to see NDSU take a few shots here sooner rather than later.
He's looking through them. We'll see what they do here. Here's what's fun about this: is we get an idea of how aggressive is Coach Currency. Like, is he super aggressive? Is he not aggressive? You know, I'm very much on the conservative side. I kick the ball most of the time. I don't think I've run a fake kick since the league started. He's got to learn though. Punts always bounce 30 yards, so that's a learning curve.
Yeah, I've really debated putting like a wide receiver at punter, and just
We
hoping for
are
the best.
yeah we've already planned that. I did that in a scrimmage once against UCO. That is definitely the plan. Like inside the 40-yard line, just throw a running back or a kicker or a receiver in there. Probably we probably should get that in our sleeves for later, but now the whole league knows.
Probably, yeah, especially since we've already played each other. So
Right.
anyway, so Lasker's
All
going
the
to
ball
pick
came
up
out
4
there.
on the first down carry. I think, another thing I'd like to see NDSU put in their repertoire is just turn on conservative clock. They're not making a lot of adjustments at the line. Not a whole lot of audibles or hot routes or anything of that nature. It looks like they're pretty comfortable with the play calls standard as is. So why not turn on chew clock and maybe chew a little bit more clock? You're being very slow, methodical, not trying to take the big plays just yet. Maybe turn on chew clock because, like you said, this is the number 1 offense in the league, and you want to try to keep Watt on the sideline for as long as possible.
So I wonder if they're doing that because they're already ranked down to 5. Like I wonder if they're like, well, if we do put that on, they'll have less time to call the play. Maybe they're worried about delay of game calls, which can happen for new coaches.
Maybe.
So maybe there's like, let's not worry about that right now. Maybe it comes later with more comfortability in the play calling. Because you're right, I think they should. They're already doing it anyway. But maybe it is they say we're not super comfortable getting the plays in that fast situation.
Could be.
Big third down here.
Yeah, very manageable third down for UCO. See what NDSU dials up defensively. We've got Tyler Carter wide open down here to the right. Just a quick throw to him. Should be pretty pitch and catch.
He's hot right there. They just hot routed him.
5 on the play clock.
UCO running it down kind of surprises me. Good run there, good third down conversion. That's what UCO does. Very good at spreading them out, running up the middle, and then getting Fred Weasley some easy throws later on.
Yeah, UCO converting 56% of their third downs.
That's huge in the RFCL.
On the other hand,
Third downs can make or break a team.
North Dakota State's actually not bad defensively. Winning their third downs on defense 64% of the time. Weasley throwing short almost. That was a very risky throw, but a broken 2-3 broken tackles. And it takes about 6 North Dakota State Bison to actually push Selesker out of bounds.
Man, that's 2 plays in that we've seen. We saw, I think it was Sandy Bones earlier breaking 4 or 5 tackles. And Selesker there, easy loss of 3 or 4 and just breaks 3 or 4 tackles and gets a first down. Huge play. They had him wrapped up early.
Yes.
3. Man. What a play.
UCO breaks the huddle with 23 on the clock. And they're going to snap it with 17. So a little different approach than NDSU is taking. Jordan Tompkins picking up 7 yards on the ground. And UCO does have a true 1-2 punch with the running back. They have Selesker, they have Jordan Tompkins. We saw that last year with Marshall, with Zach Armstrong and Tyler Wenzel. I think Tyler Wenzel may actually be getting the starting nod this week at running back for Upper Iowa. But I think UCO's probably got one of the stronger 2 running back tandems in the league. UConn has one. I think you guys yourself at Georgetown has another 2 running back system that works pretty well. But UCO is kind of running it to perfection as Tompkins is going to pick up 2 yards on the ground.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of teams with pretty good duos, but UCO probably uses theirs the best. Their offense it's a well-oiled machine. It's really hard to stop. They do everything. There's nothing they don't do well. They can run it. They can pass it. And they have 2 backs they can use, and they use them both well. I do like our tandem, but we may not use it quite as well as they do, so theirs looks really good.
A good stop there by NDSU. I was just about to say something I'm picking up on NDSU. If you look, they are pinching their D linemen almost every play. You've got 3 guys basically lined up in 3 techs and head up shade. I don't know if that's game plan for UCO or if that is. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know if that's game plan specifically for UCO or if that is just how they want to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's just how that's how Kearnsey runs his defense, or wants his guy to run the defense.
Yeah.
What happened here? We got an IRL timeout here.
They are having to let Ender connect, so he can screen share. The coordinators are kind of unable to see with current stream, apparently.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's part of the problem with the plays getting in so late.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Alright. Little technical difficulties over here. But yeah, so maybe while we got a short little time out looking ahead to next week, we have UConn and Miami, Ohio kicking off on Monday. Upper Iowa playing against Coastal Carolina. These, I think, are all non-division games next week, if I'm not mistaken.
I know Georgetown, us versus App State is a division game next week.
Okay, maybe it's week 5 where it's all non-division.
Possibly.
So Upper Iowa and Coastal Carolina, Georgetown and App State, North Dakota State playing Central Arkansas, and Montana next Thursday against UCO this same time.
Of those games, not counting your own game, obviously, what game are you looking forward to the most, you think?
Not counting mine, I'm actually looking forward to NDSU and UCA just because it's two teams
Agreed.
that you don't really know what you're getting. That's ultimately why I think, obviously, I'm really looking forward to Georgetown and App State as well. I think that's two very, very evenly matched teams. But I think we both kind of know what we're – wow.
Stopped them.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play by the NDSU defender there. Tyler Carter, the intended target, but a great play by the cornerback for NDSU. But as I was saying, was Georgetown and App State, two top 5 teams in my opinion. But we kind of know what we're getting with them. We know it's going to be a good game. I don't know what to expect with NDSU and UCA, so I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good game. Something to look forward to. And maybe, and UCA got a win next week. We're looking to make another one. And NDSU starting off good here.
Yeah, double stack formation coming in. And I find it kind of interesting that this goes back to what I was saying a second ago. It doesn't look to me like NDSU is making an adjustment to the line of scrimmage. They're kind of living and dying by whatever their play call was. Because in that situation, you've got 2 over 1 on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm audible into a pass and doing anything other than what I just saw right there. Right.
Yeah, you're right. There was 2 receivers and 1 guy up top there for sure. That was something you probably need to notice. That could be a nerves thing. Maybe, it is his first game, and we do both understand kind of like adjusting to Coach Lee can be a situation. So he's played a lot of it, but how much user versus user has he done, etc. There it is. There's that play action. Oh! Overthrew him. Did I lose Mike here?
No, we're still here. Still here.
Oh, all right. I thought I lost all sound there.
Yeah,
that play action, that was it. He wanted the big shot there.
It was, and that was the second pass attempt of the game, and we're almost at halftime for NDSU.
Really? I thought they had a couple more than that, but no. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, maybe
the third down conversion and that one.
Maybe Vince Young threw
right.
one, but I don't recall. Vince Young throwing.
I think you're right.
NDSU is 2 for 3 on third down conversion. Again, same thing here.
They got the 2-on-1 up there. Yep. Noticed it. I noticed the first time until you mentioned it, but I noticed that time immediately. He's open.
And this time it's intercepted.
Oh no!
And that could be a pick 6. Okay, there are a little more defenders over towards that sideline than I was anticipating when they opened up to that part of the field. UCO.
Yeah.
A huge defensive stop, and I think the biggest thing there is you can quote unquote say, well, it's the same as a punt. It's really not, because he returned that one about 30 yards and set UCO up really good in field position wise.
Yeah, that's a bad turnover. I think he had a guy open up top. I think he just missed him. NDSU was kind of moving the right direction, but now UCO is going to be looking to score here.
Yeah, UCO is going with the same formation, the wide stack.
Yeah, they like to do that. They like to get the running backs out of on the angle route, get wide in that running back in the middle. That's been very effective for them.
I wouldn't be
Celesker's
surprised.
a beast out of the backfield.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see. I was going to say UCO attack that run game. You got a 6-man box. Ultimately, if you can audible with the double stack, the thing with double stack that works so well is you have to be able to go to the line of scrimmage and adjust according to what the defense is giving you. If you're just calling a play and going to the line and hoping that play works, it's not going to be successful. You have to go and kind of take an approach of, hey, I'm going to call a play, then go to the line, see the look the defense gives me, and then audible based off that. So I think that's what UCO was doing there that we didn't see NDSU do when they were running it their previous drive.
Agreed. Oh,
Nice
big run there. Yep, huge. And they said NDSU was going good. They got that stop on 4th down, and that interception just put all the momentum back for UCO. And they're really about looking to capitalize here.
I'm curious to see who NDSU goes at quarterback in this 2-minute drill. Would it be Vince Young or would it be the backup? And a great play there by the outside backer for NDSU. I'd also like to see NDSU call a timeout here. Because ultimately, UCO can chew this clock to where you do not have any time left when you get it. Instead,
in a goal situation.
Yep. Yeah, got to call a timeout there. Maybe we ask Coach Kearnsey about that one at in halftime. Not yet, Chase. I'll make sure it gets done before you play next week, though, buddy.
Noticed in the question from a fan, Michael Oxshort got that interception.
That's just what the depth chart has. You know, we're going off the sheet in front of us.
Yeah.
2nd and goal from the 9. Weasley getting a little help there from the defender who pushed him forward for 3 yards. Should have been a no-yard gain at minimum. UCO burns a timeout.
I mean, just looking at if NDSU can get a stop here, hold them to 3. Having 2 turnovers against UCO and being down 3-0 at half is a giant win. I mean, you usually give UCO so many possessions and only be down 1 possession at half. Like, that's what UCO does. They score a lot of points. They put teams away, and if they can hold them to 3 here, it's really a big win for them, I think.
Yeah, and see, same situation here. Look at the D-line, how they're all – I mean, there's nobody on that left side. Weasley throwing over the middle. Oh, and it's dropped. A huge stop by the North Dakota State defense. Hard hitting secondary over the middle.
Does Caleb get antsy here? Now it looks like he's going to kick it.
I don't think White's going to let him get. I don't think White's going to let him play risky, to be honest.
I get it.
Especially where we've seen. I don't think we've seen a fake field goal work yet.
No, we have not.
I think I ran one against you last year. I can't remember if that was you or UConn, but it was very early in the season.
That was UConn.
Gotcha. Yeah. So 10 seconds on the clock, all 3 timeouts. I'm still very curious why NDSU didn't burn timeouts there with the goal-to-go situation.
Definitely something to ask. Really cost themselves probably 40 seconds on the clock. Sorry, I had an ice cream delivery I had to go get real quick. Gonna play it safe and run it out here.
Yeah, so that will take us to halftime. Let's go first to an interview with UCO because I am just curious to know what they're like. They have not experienced anything like this so far this season.
Sounds good.
Oh, oops.
All right, Coach Larold, Coach Wide, what are your takeaways here for that first half?
Your offense really just hasn't gotten going, you know. Got an early turnover, missed a field goal. Other than that, we've had decent drives besides the 3 and out. It's just receivers aren't catching the ball. We had one in the end zone, one for a first down, just not hanging on. We'll make some adjustments, try to get the passing game going a little bit more, and see if we can't get it going better.
White, I saw you come out and double stack right after NDSU did. Was that just a anything you can do, I can do better type of thing?
I'm gonna pull good old phrase out of Hunter's book and just say no comment.
Yeah, 2 questions. First one's for you, Caleb. So NDSU, obviously new coach, new setup. Have they thrown anything at you that you weren't ready for? Have you seen any wrinkles, or is it kind of just a basic vanilla game plan and you guys are just kind of adjusting to what they do?
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns. Defensively, they're giving us some looks that, causing some struggles in the past game. Like I said, we'll adjust in the second half. Try to get some up receivers, get Weezy warm, and get the offense going better.
And then for Wad, obviously the offense kind of struggling a little bit. Not being able to get many points. Anything to do with maybe the late start? You guys aren't warmed up and ready, and the second has to be better, or just their defense is just kind of staying back and making y'all beat them over the top.
I think I could be doing a better job at the play calling. I feel like my late arrival to the game affected that a little bit. So I'm kind of treating the first half as my warm up. I'm hoping to get it rolling a little better second half. And lack of points, you could say is a little bit of both. Late start affects that, but also we've only had the ball three times this whole game. They've drained a lot of clock, so it's not your typical like 6 possession half. So we'll see what we can do the second half.
All right, thanks, guys.
Best of luck in the second half.
Good.
All right, Coach Currency.
Yes, sir.
A pretty solid performance here for your first outing as NDSU head coach. I got one question for you, just regards to the halftime or end of half play there, and then I'll let Trigger talk to the coordinators for a little bit. What was behind the decision making to not use your timeouts when UCO had the goal-to-go situation with about a minute left to play?
We weren't going to be able to move the ball the length of the field with any short amount of time, so there was no reason for us to do that there.
Gotcha. Very honest answer. Trigger?
Yeah, so we can go over to both Cappy and Fiction, as whoever wants to pipe in, or both of you guys. We've noticed the play clock getting pretty low on calls. Is that something that y'all design? Is how y'all call your plays? Is that something that's kind of just maybe adjusting the currency and the controller situation? Who's calling the plays in? What's going on with that?
It's just a little late on some things. Just a little bit of controller stuff, the screen share, all that kind of stuff. So just have an issue with that. So fortunately, Ender was nice, kind enough to go ahead and get connected and everything like that, so we get the best gameplay possible, so we can see things more up to date. So play calls should be coming a little bit faster here in the second half. So we're not worried about that.
Awesome. And then this is just for Cappy straight up. You're pretty pleased with the way your defense has played. Two short fields on turnovers. Only get 3 points to the best quarterback and probably best offense in the league. Are you pretty happy with how the defense is going so far, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Obviously, we want to go ahead and get them off the field by a little bit sooner. They're picking up some big plays here and there. Running backs putting in a little bit of work, so we got to go ahead and get that thing stopped. But as of right now, only holding probably one of the better teams to only 3 points in the first half seems pretty good. So, but the job's not finished, so we got a whole second half to play, and we need to take the ball away and get our own points on the board. So,
and last one for Fiction. We've noticed a 2-quarterback system going on. Was that planned going into the game? Is that a new wrinkle for this week? What was the decision behind that?
We noticed that our quarterbacks have 2 very different skill sets. One's got wheels, one can throw. So we figured we might as well, even though it makes some kind of calls might be predictable, but it gives us more opportunity to mix things up.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
So best of luck in the second half, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Trigger. So my main takeaway there with that situation was no faith in the NDSU defense or NDSU offense coming from the head coach.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. You had the ball so far. Maybe you get a big play, maybe something happens, but
all it takes is one.
I had the same takeaway.
Yeah, all it takes is one play to turn this thing around, and you would have had a minute, 3 timeouts. Well, in that situation, maybe 45 seconds and no timeouts. So,
yeah,
like you said, or like I said, anything can happen. All it takes is one. But it's very severe lack of faith there coming from the North Dakota State new head coach. But you are down only 3. Your defense is definitely came to play. Coach Cappy is dialed in defensively, and we will see what
play call situation again already.
Yep. See what UCO can get going offensively here to start the second half.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt there. I just noticed their play call wasn't getting in, so something to watch the rest of the game. Worked out though.
And I think that's probably the first time we've seen the NDSU make a good tackle, just mano a mano in the backfield. Most of the time, Selesker or Tompkins are breaking that tackle, picking up a few yards, maybe just getting back to the line of scrimmage. But regardless, besides a Fred Weasley power play QB sweep, that's one of the first good tackles we've seen in the backfield so far.
It is, and a good start for them. You know, they had some tackling issues in the first half. It cost them some first downs, so hopefully they've assured those up and can get the UC offense off the field.
Yeah, 2nd and 13 now. Looking like a 3-4 look for UCO. Weasley rolling around under pressure, brought down. Weasley sacked. 7-yard loss. Now a 3rd and 20 coming up.
Huge play for NDSU.
Yeah, that was just. I think that was almost a covered sack. It looked to me like Weasley had nobody open, at least nothing that he locked.
Yeah, no, he had time. He was back. He had time. Look at the blitz. Like they just sent 4. Just nobody open downfield. It looks like, and then and UC's offense, like they move the ball, but they look, for a big word, discombobulated. They don't look like their normal selves.
Yeah, NDSU's defense definitely came to play. Weasley back to pass again, going to throw over the middle to Tyler Carter. He's going to pick up 9 yards, pick up half the distance, but you need 11 more. You're in your own territory. I think we see UCO probably punt this one away.
Yeah, and another good tackle there. You mentioned earlier, another good tackle there. No missed tackles, no broken tackles. He caught it, got him down. The exact goal of that play. Let him catch it and get him down.
Yep.
So, well done.
Them play for the sticks, and that's where Wad knows this. You have to, in those situations, you have to basically run every route at the sticks or longer. He ran a 10-yard dig. It was open, but it just wasn't quite enough yardage.
Be interesting to see what quarterback they start with here, what they want to do. They try to open up with plays more. I mean, they mentioned the one quarterback throw the ball better, but he's only thrown the ball twice this game, so be interesting to see what they do here. I mean, they've got to get points on the board, obviously, but they're in this game. I mean, it's going well for them on defense.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to digest there from that halftime interview. They're talking about not being able to move the ball well. They're talking about one quarterback being able to do stuff that the other can't. But as you mentioned, if you got a passing quarterback and you're only passing the ball twice, what's the point in running a 2-quarterback system? I feel like maybe just sticking with one and trying to get one of those guys hot instead of swapping up ever so often may be the better play. We've seen what hot quarterbacks can do, but we'll see what they like to do here in the second half. 2nd and 11 coming up for NDSU.
What I do like is they're sticking with the run game. I feel like sometimes teams can get away from run game after 3 or 4 plays if it doesn't work. They're sticking with it to keep that play action open, but I would like to see them be a little more balanced with it. Like, I do like the perseverance to stick with it. They've had a lot of lost plays, a lot of no game plays. They're getting some little chunk plays like that one right there. Nice little chunk play, but there's no balance to it.
Yeah, I think maybe you just need to open it up a little bit more with the play action.
Just a little, I think.
I think you've only taken one shot, and it was out of the double stack look. So, not your traditional run formation that you've shown all day. So go back to that. Try to take a play action shot across the middle, shot deep, something to open up this secondary to where you maybe can come back and run the ball a little bit better. Law Ramsey, the 5-star recruit, on a simple slant pattern, picking up 11 yards and a first down for the Bison.
Big play there, moving the clock some more. First down, moving to 6, moving close to field goal range. I think the quarterback, he's 2 of 3, so he's been accurate in the passes he's thrown. He's gonna have to at some point. They're gonna have to trust him. They're gonna have to open it up.
Yeah, let him sling it. Now you got Vince Young the third coming back in after Mark Shelton completes another pass.
And see what I don't like about this, if I'm the defense, I'm selling out for the run here.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% run committed.
What's happening.
I don't know if that was a run commit or if that was just an all-out blitz, but
it seemed like a run commit. Yeah.
Yeah. Once they start to pick up on it, I think NDSU is ultimately going to have to be forced to either go with a 1-quarterback system with Mark Shelton, or you're just going to have to find a way to throw the ball.
Or let Vince Young III throw it.
Yeah,
catch him off guard, because they sold out there because they knew what happened. There isn't at worst an option. So I mean, they're gonna have to. I mean, I get their system, but there's some things you're gonna have to. You got the 2-on-1 down there again.
Yep.
It's going the wrong way. Oh well, I say the wrong way. It worked out real well.
Yeah, I think you had 2-over-1 at the top as
Yep.
well.
Okay.
You had an apex player, but I don't think he was really there for coverage. He was just kind of there for alignment. So it worked out well in NDSU's favor. Another simple slant pattern picks up another first down.
See, I think you hit him with a play action here. I think they expect the run here. I think everybody's expecting. I think if you hit him with a play action here,
Are you on camera?
I think you get over top of him.
Oliver's got poop on his butt. We gotta get
1-on-1 down low.
You're going to hold him still.
There it
While I
is.
Clean his butt.
There it is.
Yeah, easy pitch and catch there.
There it
He'll
is.
be gone. Touchdown, North Dakota State. Malik Anderson, again, just a slant pattern. Mark Shelton finds him over the middle. Touchdown, North Dakota State, and they take a 7-3 lead.
What a play call. Great time for it. Great time for the play action. Great throw by Mark Shelton. It does seem like they are starting to open the playbook up a little bit on that drive. And boys and girls, we are on, I think, full-fledged upset alert at this point. I got you, man. Yep. NDSU takes a 7-3 lead here late in third quarter. Currency and Cappy are stoked right now. Feeling good. As the fan just said, they weren't mixing their play calls on first down. They did that time, and it worked to perfection. And NDSU up on the defending champs and one-ranked team, 7-3 late in the third quarter. Good return here. Let's see what Wad and Caleb can go in here, how they're going to respond. So far, NDSU has really kept this offense under wraps. Let's see if they can break out a little bit here, move the ball, get a score on the board, and answer back. I would expect to see a heavy Selesker Tompkins drive here. Some angle routes, some wheel routes. Runs at the middle. Oh. Big throw by Weasley to Tyler Carter over the middle, 13 yards, first down. Here comes a little hurry up. Yep. UCO's trying to open up a little bit as well. Let's see what they can do. See if they can break through this NDSU defense. Not missed too much so far. Decent return and a 13-yard pass by Weasley to Carter over the middle for first down. And they went hurry up, so it looks like UCO is going to try to open up a little bit here too, go a little faster.
Yeah, after a good pass there to Tyler Carter, he throws a duck to the left side to had a guy in the area, but not a good pass at all. Now 2nd and 10. I think tendency-wise, UCO would probably go back to the run game here.
Yeah, I said when the drive started, I expected a heavy Selesker and Tompkins drive, some angle routes, some runs to the middle, maybe some wheel routes.
Hey, just a question for the chat. Pete the Pirate and P-Hub Pirate, are y'all not the same account, or am I tripping? I always thought y'all were the same person for some reason. A good ball there by Weasley to the left side, though. That's going to be a 25-yard gain. Elijah Guy.
Big throw there, and then back to the hurry up. You know, I think UCO's tired of this slow game. They want to get going, get Weasley on the move.
Coach Kearnsey's cam just went off. I don't know if that was a accident. Okay, it's back. We're good. Not the same person. Okay. So Lesker up the middle, picking up 3 yards. I think that was a read option.
It looked like it was designed. I kind of missed it, but I didn't see Weasley take off.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I've got to replay up on the other side here.
There was a DN ready to attack. So no, Vicey is I can't remember what. I don't know if he's
John Lee.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you're right. It was a read option. Yeah, he did take off. I just missed it.
Weasley throwing short. Oh, I thought he had a man on the slant. I don't know if he was throwing the slant or the dig from the outside, but again, NDSU with another 3rd down situation here.
Yeah, this would be a big. If UCO obviously looking at the first down, keep the drive going, but if NDSU can put him in a position, you start to wonder. You know, the longer this game wears on, does UCO get uncomfortable? Haven't been in a lot of close games this year. Weren't in a lot of close games last year. I think, except for the playoffs, obviously, they were in a lot of close games. You kind of wonder if they start getting antsy, start getting a little nervous. So as long as this goes on, you kind of wonder how they're going to react.
One thing to keep a note on is they do have both 4th down attempts as well. Or one. They have 1 4th down attempt remaining. Not going to need it, though. Cole Strong picking up 8 yards. But with them, they have a minute and a half to use that 1 4th down attempt. then if they're trailing in the fourth quarter, they can go for it whenever they want. So just something to keep up with there. Almost intercepted. I don't know if I wouldn't necessarily say that was a bad pass by Weasley. I think maybe just a step too far, and the wide receiver ultimately just didn't really make an attempt there. But question for the commentating from Coach Mason: with this performance so far in the game, win or lose by UCO, do you think UConn is the new number one? Trigger?
It's hard to take a number one spot, man. I can see the argument, but there's some circumstances here. It's a new coach, new team, no new what to expect. I mean, I don't know if they pull a win out. I think I keep number one. It's hard to defend a definitive champ number one team unless they just lose or continued bad play. Right, this is the first week they had a bad game. I would keep number one in my opinion. How about you, Gage?
I'm to be honest with you, I'll probably lean that same way. UConn has looked impressive, but I think UCO has played the tougher schedule of the two, even though they've had two common opponents. I think UConn's week one against NDSU is much different than this NDSU. Because in week one you had two coordinators who had never coached a game before. Now you've got two coordinators who've coached two games. They just got a new head coach, so even then they really didn't know how to prepare for that. And Colt Strong was going to step out of bounds just short of the first down marker. But yeah, I'm still keeping UCO number one if they win this game. But we will ultimately we'll have to see how this thing plays out.
But I do understand the thought process of UConn's been super impressive. It's hard to replace the number one team, especially when they're defending champ.
It's you kind of look at it like RL when Georgia went to Missouri and struggled badly. They didn't lose their number one spot just because they had a tough road game. And Weasley's going to pick it up.
Nice.
5 rushes.
Good.
I was just pointing out the stat line: 5 rushes for -1.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, they've kept Weasley under wraps this game. He's getting a hot with his arm this drive, but he's not running the ball. And until this drive, he hadn't passed the ball that well.
238 total yards of the day. I would not be expecting this. So let's go up the middle, one person away from walking in for a touchdown, and UCO will look to take the lead here early fourth quarter.
Yeah, this has been a much more UCO. We're more familiar with this UCO kind of drive. Very dominant, picking up the third downs, hitting out routes, getting Selesker involved. This has been more like the UCO we know.
Strong going to go in motion. Selesker brought down. It's a tough North Dakota State defense line. The number 56 has been a little bit everywhere here today.
And just one more comment on the UCO UConn thing. Here's the good news: they play week 7, so it really doesn't matter. You can rank them how you want to. In week 7, we're going to find out.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll know.
I think UCO is ultimately going to try to hit an angle route, something short over the middle, or just stick with the run game. And again, there is just no edge on either side. I don't know why UCO is not taking advantage of that, but when you've got a screen that wide open, Devin Selesker, it doesn't matter. UCO with a go-ahead touchdown with 6.5 to play in the fourth quarter.
So finally, we see the UCO offense kind of show up. Good score there. It wasn't as Selesker heavy as I thought it would be, but he did cap it off there with a big run and a screen catch for touchdown. Now can NDSU keep it up? They opened up their playbook last possession, got a touchdown out of it, took the lead. What do they do here? Do they keep running the clock out? They could win it. They could win it right here.
Very easily. And like somebody pointed out in the chat, I think that was Zach,
Finally, we see the
UConn and
it's week 5.
Yeah, they play week 5. So
even better.
You play UConn week 7.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I'm also looking forward to the UConn game. It's gonna be a big game for us.
All right, Vince Young the third going to be the quarterback at the helm to start this fourth quarter drive. What a name! Did you see that name there?
I did. Valesco unbalanced.
Yeah.
I did. I never said. I was waiting for you to say it. I was like, I'm not even gonna take a shot at that one. Again, Vince Young's in the game, which is fine, but like, the run's coming. Like,
yeah.
and if it's a defense, you're like, oh, it's key on the run here.
Oh. And then Shelton, a wide open guy over the middle. The ball falls incomplete. Do you think that maybe has something to do with him just not getting the start on this drive?
I was gonna ask the same question. I wonder if them not giving him the ball immediately messes up the rhythm of what's going on. The last drive went so well.
I mean, it's like, hey, we're not going to let you start the drive. Then we're going to go out there and get 1 yard. So you're coming in a 2nd and 9.
Yeah.
So you're already behind where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure's on. And then he throws straight to Wile Coyote, who drops that interception. Now 4th and 9. NDSU's going to have to punt the ball away.
Oh, they're looking at it, going for it though.
Maybe trusting their defense. Yeah, I mean, their defense has played really well all game.
They have, but do you want to give UCO the ball on the 20-yard line? No, waste a timeout. Oh man, I think if you're going to punt it, you just take the delay game. I think a little bit of clock mismanagement there. I think if you're gonna decide to punt it, just take the delay game. Now you're down a timeout. But we'll see how it works out for them.
Only 4 first downs for NDSU. 24 plays.
I think those were all probably in that touchdown drive. Most of them were.
Yeah, I think so.
At least 2 of them. Yeah, I think there's a little clock mismanagement there. Fans talking about the 2 quarterback setup. I don't know if it's messing with them. I just think you've got to let Vince Young throw the ball every once in a while. I think the defense is very keyed in on what we know what's happening here.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, tendencies are everything. If you pick up on a team's tendency, you can kind of guess if you know when a team is going to run the ball, and having the ability to run commit is huge. And that's what UCA has been able to do. Is Vince Young's in the game. I would love to know what that true number is, but 9 times out of 10, it seems like they're going to run the ball. So I'm taking my chances that they beat me on that one, and I'll win my other 9.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agreed.
2nd and 10. 11 personnel on the field. Carter and Strong to the left. Weasley back to pass. Throwing over the middle. And that's a 15, 17-yard gain to Chris Ware. And UCO is now in plus territory.
Yeah, the UCO offense is running. It was like at their normal speed now.
Yeah, it took them a little bit to wake up. Maybe this late game got to them a little bit. They do have the late game next Thursday as well.
Late game, Wad showed up a little bit late. He wasn't able to kind of get settled in a little bit to his chair, get his headset on, get in the booth. So there's some factors at play there.
I'll hand the ball off to Selesker. And this, I'll be honest, this NDSU defense does not look too soft as what we've seen the first 2 weeks. I don't know if Coach Cappy is kind of tightened down or if it was Coach Kernsey, but regardless, NDSU defense looks much improved compared to what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, no, they took a beating in the first week of UConn. They played pretty well last week against App State. The offense really let them down last week. But yeah, they're playing great today. This is an impressive performance against this UCO team. Although, like I said, they're warming up. They're getting going. Selesker's getting going.
Yeah,
Selesker's getting his feet going. Weasley's hitting passes. This is the offense we've all seen for 2 seasons and come to know.
Yeah, I think that's 2 15-yard carries for Selesker on the last 2 drives.
Yeah.
And when you're running the ball like that, it's going to open the window up for Weasley to throw a little bit more, throw a little bit better. And once he gets his legs going, that's where UCO hits full stride. UCO starting to let that play clock chew down just a little bit. Jordan Tompkins going to get the run on the left side. He's inside the red zone, brought down at the 12-yard line. Tompkins.
So now NDSU, you have to hold to a field goal, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the way your offense is going, you're not scoring twice in 4 minutes, not 2 touchdowns in 4 minutes. Probably not twice at all. You've got to hold them to a field goal here and give yourself a chance at one possession.
Now, NDSU did score 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the first game of the season against UConn. But I don't know if Lightning ever will strike twice.
True. But just the way they played this game, I don't think that's something it's always doable. I don't want to count him out, but it's a different offense for sure. It's much more conservative. So I don't know if they're really built or designed to do that.
It's not a score a lot or score quick offense.
Yeah. I think the previous offense might have been more set up for that, for scoring quick. If the opportunity presented itself, this offense doesn't seem built for that at all. But you never know.
Nice.
Here's your chance.
Yeah, got to get the third down win here.
Must stop third down here because UCO's already gone for 2 fourth downs, so they can't go for it at all.
Yeah, and UCO
Stop here.
has a 100% red zone efficiency this season.
In touchdowns or just scoring in general?
Just scoring in general.
Okay. I was like, that's impressive.
I don't think, our stats aren't touchdown and field goal. It's just straight.
Oh, gotcha.
Red zone.
I wouldn't count him out yet, Bucky. It's a third down stop here.
And they can technically pick up a first down without scoring too, which is not good for NDSU. Slants over the middle, caught. Chris Ware, 9-yard touchdown. UCO may have just put this thing on ice.
All right, Bucky, maybe you can count him out a little bit now. Now it gets much harder. Yeah, NDSU's fought hard so far. They're not out of it yet. I'm not going to. They can score twice. We've seen it before. The UCO offense it is. Once it gets going, it's fun to watch. Weasley just leads them right down the field. Telesker, Tompkins, Carter. It's impressive.
I want to give a shout out to Coach Core real quick. Going 11-0 in RFL Gridiron this year.
Nice, congratulations, Coach Core. That is big. That is in conference championship, correct?
Yeah, just beat Slayer to win the Rust Belt.
Okay. Oh, okay. He played for Slayer. Nice. Congratulations, Coach Core. Rust Belt champion. I mean, so surely they get away from Vince Young totally here, right? Surely this is all surely this is all Shelton Drive, right? If they don't trust Vince Young to throw the ball.
Yeah, you would think. But Vince Young does also give you some options to scramble and pick up some yardage. But who knows? To be honest with you, I would imagine they go with Shelton based off what we've heard. But don't really know here.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I think he's lost his arm's cooling down a little bit. It's 2 guys he's missed. The first guy was open. He just lofted it too much, and the safety got there. And that one, the guy was open. Looks like he had a guy streaking down the right side as well, wide open. Shelton's just kind of lost his composure here, I think.
Ultimately at this point, I don't know that Vince Young can do any worse. But
no.
Shelton going to stay in the game. 3rd and 10, throwing short to Valami West, who's going to pick up 7. And now 4th and 3. We will see NDSU go for this one.
Gotta hurry, clock's ticking.
Yeah, you got to pick up the first down, but you also got to keep in mind, you still got to score twice, and the clock is not your friend.
Clock's just moving right now.
I mean, that's almost 25 seconds, 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
Nice first time
You
there.
got
if
it, which is
India's-
nice, but again, you've lost so much time now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wonder if NDSU's kind of accepted fate, and maybe they're just trying to put together a drive, not necessarily trying to go win the game. Maybe because letting 30 seconds
see
draw
that.
off the clock is questionable.
Yeah, maybe we talked about it all night. Kernzy's first game. I wonder. I've seen some clock. We've both seen some clock situations that we believe are mismanaged. You with the timeouts at the end of the first half. They called that timeout earlier, which I think was just take the delay of game. And then here, so I wonder if it's just adjusting to new coach, new schemes.
A
Oh
bomb.
no! Oh no!
And intercepted. UCO, that will definitely be the icing on the cake. Mark Shelton heaves a ball. That was a very long throw. I'll give him that. That was probably 50, 60 yards, but ultimately
that
to
was
the
quite the
wrong
bomb.
team. A great play there by the defender for UCO.
Yeah, I thought he had a guy. I was like, oh man, they score this, it's it might really be in it.
No, we've seen some long bombs this year. I think.
Yeah.
I want to say 3 out of our 4 touchdown passes were like 40 yards or longer. UCO scored on a 60-plus yarder against us. UConn scored on a 40-something yard pass. We've seen a lot of long touchdown throws, and there could be another one. No, it's a dropped interception. Weasley got lucky there.
UCO and Coach Kalen Watt going for the throw to the new guy immediately.
Yeah, that could have been a huge turn of events there.
Yeah, I mean, they're running the clock out here. They're throwing bombs. It'd be interesting to see how Coach Kearns reacts to that. Just kind of get a feel of how he feels about. Oh man, Celestier's so good. What a play!
I was expecting that to just be a house call.
Yeah.
After he broke that tackle.
Uh-huh.
But I see, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I don't think UCO has any reason to run up a score to keep number 1. I think everyone kind of knows how good they are. Their last loss was against Coastal Carolina on a late fourth quarter touchdown to win by 4. They've won 6 in a row, 7 in a row since then. So I don't think there's any reason to run up the score. And it's picked off.
The 6? Oh, not the 6. Sorry.
Okay, it may be 3. We might get 3 out of that. I could see NDSU kicking that field goal.
Yeah. Well, I thought he had room down the sideline. If he didn't trip up, that sideline is ide open. If he hadn't got tripped up. But I mean, UCO kind of keeps him in the game a little here. Trying to get a little fancy, trying to get a few more points, that point differential. I mean, I still don't think NDSU can pull this off, but they're still technically in it now.
All it takes is one good throw here. And clock management. You can't let this clock chew down any more than it has to.
Because you're going for the onside kick regardless, right? So your timeouts are useless. I mean, if you got to call them in here, call them. There's no reason to hold on to them at this point.
Right, exactly. You still got to score and get the onside. You can't, even if there's no other way for you to give them the ball back and win the game. So, and okay. Not even looking downfield. And that's where Kearnsey and Fiction kind of have to know, like, if you can't call swing routes in this situation, you can't call shallow routes in this situation. You're not going to win the game throwing the ball 2 yards or less downfield. You have to take some shots deep. 4 verts or cover 3B or 3 verticals, And there's a zig route over the middle.
Nice.
Anthony.
So I'm okay with this, but you got to hurry it up here.
Yeah,
there we go. Okay.
Hurry up. Maybe even take a look at mesh, but run double slants instead of double shallows, just to get some depth. Got a post with a wheel. Whoa!
That's call timeout. Call timeout.
Gotta be timeout.
Call timeout. There we go.
What a catch!
Yeah, it's a good catch, but like it hurt him. Like just drop. You lost yards and you had to burn the timeout. Like, great play. It's one of those things where like, if you drop that, it helps us out a little more.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Mason pointing out not one shot play so far. Yeah, the only shot play they took was actually the double stack, like in the second quarter. So. I mean, good
Maybe
throw
that kick-
there.
Maybe that kick was good.
Yeah, good throw there. Regardless, I think if that had been on target,
Mhm.
probably would have been intercepted.
Yeah. Good throwaway. I mean, surely if they don't convert this, they kick the ball, right?
I would.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
leave
you
with
got to
some
give yourself a
dignity.
chance.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, like you have to get a field goal anyway, so like kick it, and you have to get the score and onside kick, so might as well take it.
Right. Yeah. Kick the field goal here and make it a one-score game because ultimately you have to have a touchdown, but you don't have to have a touchdown here. Take the points.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't agree with it because you're going to have to score.
don't
You're
either.
going to have to get it onside. At least get the first
Mhm.
score out of the way.
yeah. Because you miss this, the game's over,
Yeah.
and you're not getting it back, right? If you kick field goal, well, now you have an onside kick,
And
and you have your chances.
you cannot call it a short route here, and that's exactly what they have on the shallow going left. Lucky there. I'm glad he at least threw the ball to the end zone.
Yeah. It was a good effort by NDSU. I mean, 17-7. Really, just two great drives by UCO there at the end of the game. Obviously, put them over the top. But the defense was great all night. I think. Holding UCO to 17 is not easy to do.
Not at all. And UCO playing for the stat patent here, and I like them to need this thing out. But Trick, I say we go ahead and go start this interview process with
Do it.
UCO. All right, we are here live with UCO, who is trying to stat pad. Well, was trying to stat pad at the end of the game, elected not to knee it out. Not necessarily a close call, but you had to stay alert for all 4 quarters here. What's your overall takeaway of this NDSU squad?
Listen, Juan and I were talking. This NDSU team is definitely better than the past 2 weeks. What they showed. I feel like this was the coaching staff that played the last 2 weeks. They would at least have one win. That being said, I feel like this game was good for us. Really haven't had to face much adversity yet. We haven't had to come back from behind, stuff like that. I feel like this was good offensively. I didn't feel like we played bad. It's just they limited possessions and our receivers just dropped passes in key moments. Defensively, we played great. Only gave up 1 touchdown drive. Other than that, I don't think it was a bad game overall.
Yeah,
So I got.
Go ahead, Trigger.
I'm sorry. I just have a question. 2 questions, but I'll just do one for now. And one, offense obviously woke up there. Last couple possessions looked real good. Did y'all change anything what you're doing? Did you change play calls at all, or did you just keep doing your thing and knowing you had the best offense in the league, just knew it would at some point break open?
I think really we just kind of kept doing the same thing, knowing that he'd get in his groove and get going. My play calls were definitely not up to par as they have been. Kind of blame that on just not being prepared for this game. I hadn't really been around and got here late, so we'll be ready for next week.
And my second question was going to be kind of for both of you guys. Kind of an opinion question. There was a debate in chat on with y'all's win, UConn's win. Do y'all believe you should be number 1 in the country still, or number 1 in the league?
To me, rankings don't matter.
Yeah,
whether
I
we're
mean-
number 1 or number 10, if we win out and make it all the way, what's it matter?
Agreed.
We were actually having this discussion. It really doesn't matter. UConn's not in our division. We won't have to. I mean, we play in week 5, but in the grand scheme of things, don't really worry about them till the playoffs if we happen to make it there. So rankings have no effect on the playoffs. It's really just a popularity contest and all the essence of it. So we really don't have a lot of opinions about it.
The way I see
if
it,
you're voting for the popularity contest, who are you voting 1 and 2 between UCO and UConn?
I would vote UCO 1 purely.
According to the rules, I can't vote for myself.
That is
You
true.
can now.
That is
But
true.
you can now. No. New poll. This is the Trigger popularity poll. Who you
All
voting
I'll
into?
say is that one team won the championship last year and is sitting at 3-0, and the other one did not. Although we may have struggled, we are still 3-0. That's all I can say to it.
I like it.
All right. Well,
No
gentlemen,
disrespect to their team. But
I got to get you.
Yep. All righty. Well, best of luck to you guys next week. I think you have let's see,
Montana.
Yeah, Montana's on the slate next Thursday night. So best of luck to you guys, and
you.
hopefully you'll be able to get back your offensive firepower a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, NDSU. A much improved NDSU team from what we saw the first 2 weeks. What's your overall takeaways, Coach Kernsey, in your first NDSU game?
Yeah, defense has been great all season. Cappy's doing a great job there. Offense has to pick it up, and we'll keep working to get better on that side of the ball.
Fiction, do you think we'll see the 2 quarterback system going forward? Are there any takeaways, immediate takeaways from tonight's performance between the two?
I mean, I think the system is working. It's just the looks are there. You know, the routes are open. It's just we're having some issues in the passing, obviously, but I think we're still gonna try to find some better routes, maybe some shorter plays.
Currently, obviously, first game. It appeared there was some issues getting play calls in on time every once in a while, and also some talk in the chat about maybe some clock management stuff. Would you change anything you did? Anything you kind of regret? Anything you look forward to and learn from this experience?
Yeah, I mean it's all new here with the team and with the staff, so we just got to keep working to improve on that kind of thing. Getting the play calls in, that's my bad. We had a little bit of connection issues early on, but we kind of had a plan to eat a little bit of clock here to keep this thing respectable, and we had a shot, and it didn't work out. Passing game is just not what it needs to be, and they really stopped the run well early, and we didn't really expect that as much. So we just got to keep working on it. Offense will get better. Defense will stay great.
Awesome, guys. Well, it was great for you guys. UCO's offense is not an easy one to figure out. You guys kept them in check basically the whole game. So good job tonight, guys. Yep,
Thank you.
Forward to you next week.
Yep. Good game. Best of luck next week.
Take care, guys.
All right, Trigger. Any final takeaways for today's game?
I mean, yeah, NDSU was. I mean, they lost, but I mean, UCO is not an easy first opponent for any coach or any team. They played well. Defense was impressive most of the game. UCO kind of did get going there, but we always expect that. So I think NDSU is gonna be a team that teams you be ready for. Them versus UCA is gonna be a great game next week to watch. Both teams I think are trending in the right direction at this point. And then UCO did what UCO does. They pulled away at the end, got the win, and we're gonna keep going forward.
That is correct. Looks like that's going to do it here for the RFL network from Oklahoma. We'll be live next Monday night with do y'all play Monday?
No, our only Monday game is week 7.
Gotcha.
I want to say it's UConn. Yeah, UConn, Miami.
Yeah, UConn. I thought it was thinking Georgetown, Miami for some reason. But regardless, we will see you guys on